Okay, welcome to the broadcast, everybody. We're talking about StumbleUpon today, and I am going to show you guys how to submit a page of your website to StumbleUpon. Now, I'm going to take 30 seconds and explain this. StumbleUpon, if you're not familiar already, is a social site. It's a site where web pages across the entire internet are submitted, and then based on users' interests, and whether or not they thumb a page up or thumb a page down determines what kind of content will continue to be shared. So, for example, if I submitted my web page to StumbleUpon and I said that it's about finance and making money, and StumbleUpon would automatically begin showing that web page to users. And if those users liked what they saw, they could give it a thumb up or a thumb down. Think Facebook for a minute, how you can like things, right? People like my page a lot that I submitted, then StumbleUpon will show it to more people, and it will become very popular very quickly. So it's a way to submit content that's interesting or cool or funny or just otherwise really good content on the internet and get it in front of a lot of people very quickly. However, guys, if you submit crappy content, it's likely that StumbleUpon will do you no good because nobody will thumb it up, nobody will comment on it, nobody will want to share it, and it'll just sort of die off and never really be seen. Okay? That's what StumbleUpon is. Now, I've showed in other videos kind of how it works, but today I want to just log into an account and just show you real briefly how to go about submitting a page. It's very simple. So you log into your StumbleUpon account, okay, which I am logged in here. And you'll notice I'm logged in because if you look, I'm going to use my pen here. If you look right up here, it has my username. I know that's really microscopic probably on your screen, but it says Financial Nut, and it's got a profile picture. That's my account there, so I'm logged into StumbleUpon. And right now, according to my interest, I'm surfing the web for any e-commerce related material right here. And you'll notice I have a thumb up and a thumb down option right here. And then here is where all the magic happens. This is the magic stumble button right here. Now, if I click that button, which I'll do right now, if you're not familiar with how this works, click stumble, it will take me to something on the internet related to e-commerce that I may like or not like. This article it brought up is called Selling is Not About Relationships. And I suppose I could read this article, and if I decide I like it, I can thumb it up. If I decide I don't like it, I can thumb it down. If I decide I don't really care and I just want to see something else, I'll hit stumble again. And this new article that came up is called 8 Retail Chains Closing Stores in 2016. Okay. I don't really like this content because it's 2017, so I'm going to thumb this down, right? I'm going to hit stumble again. And so it goes. So it's going to keep showing me these different articles. It's sort of a way to sort of spend time on the internet learning about things that you're interested in. Stumble will automatically give you this content. Now, again, if I submit a page of my website to StumbleUpon, and it's related to a category that somebody's interested in, and they stumble upon it, if it gets enough of these thumb ups, then it's going to get seen a lot out there on the internet. It's going to get shared a lot within the StumbleUpon network, okay? All right. Does that make sense so far? I mean, that's the basics of StumbleUpon. So let me show you probably what you're here to see, which is how do you submit a site to StumbleUpon. Here's what you do. Way easy. You come up here to your profile, and you go to it. So I'm going to click on my profile page. And I did that by going to the top right, getting this drop down, and selecting my profile. Okay? All right. So once I am here, hold on. I don't know why that menu is not going away. Let me reload the page really quick. All right, here we go. Once I'm here, it's going to show some different things that I've submitted. You're going to notice Add Page up here at the very top, right? That blue button right there. You guys all see that, I hope. I'm going to simply click Add page. Okay. Corinne, let me answer your question here in one sec. You're asking like what kind of content is acceptable to be submitted to StumbleUpon. I'll answer that in one sec. Let me just show you how to submit a page first, and then we'll answer that. Okay. So now it wants my page of the internet I want to submit. Now, first of all, do I have to submit just stuff from my website? Of course not, and nor should you. You don't want to just be submitting product page after product page and home page and of your website. It just doesn't make sense, because is that content really all that interesting to somebody? Probably not, unless it's like a really unique product or a really cool product that might spark some interest. Otherwise, it's not going to really work on StumbleUpon. People don't want to be advertised to on StumbleUpon. They're here for some entertainment. StumbleUpon users are here to kill a little bit of time or find cool stuff on the web. It's almost like when I hop onto Facebook and sort of surf around, I'm not really going to Facebook to buy something. I'm simply just there to see what my friends and family are up to and kill a little bit of time. That's the same type of user that's here on StumbleUpon, okay? So I want to make sure that my content, Corinne, to your question, is a little more interesting. Maybe it's an article, maybe it's a picture, maybe it's a video, right? A product page, maybe not. You just have to ask yourself, if somebody randomly stumbled upon that piece of content, would they think it's interesting? Like if it's a product page for, a site selling me an office chair, I'm not really going to be overly impressed by that, unless this office chair is like changing the world and can make me a microwave pizza at the same time, right? It's got to do something interesting. If it's just a standard office chair, nobody's gonna care. It's gonna get thumbed down, and it's gonna be a waste of time anyway. So you're not really submitting product pages, right? You're submitting pieces of your blog. So really, you should probably have an active blog that you're creating articles and sharing information, and that's the kind of stuff you want to be sharing here. After all, you saw the examples of some of the pages I already submitted to, or I already looked at as I was stumbling. Those were more blog article type pages, okay? Okay, Catherine, you say, are you submitting articles you get from StumbleUpon searches? Where are the pages from your profile page came from? Yeah, these particular ones on my profile page, these were pages that I randomly found on the internet that I liked. And a lot of them I actually did submit to StumbleUpon, right? So anyway, that's what these are. A lot of these are recently submitted items. So like I submitted this one just today, this one at the top left. I'm going to grab something just off of Reddit really quickly, just so I can submit something interesting. Actually, this was kind of cool. Okay, I found this video today on Reddit. This is a Clippers dancer, the NBA team, the Los Angeles Clippers. It was a Clippers dancer who was at half court. This must have just been last night. Was given a ball, and you see it, right? Just throwing it up in the air, and she makes the shot. Now, if I'm sort of just like randomly browsing the internet and just kind of hanging out on the internet, and I came across this is kind of cool, right? This is kind of interesting. This is the kind of material which would be great to submit to StumbleUpon. So I'm going to copy this URL up here at the top. Okay, you see the URL? For those of you guys who really don't understand what I'm talking about this section right up here. This is the web address, okay? So I'm going to copy this. Now you might wonder, like, what good is this going to do for my site? Nothing really, right? I'm just showing you an example of how to submit a page. In your case, if you had an interesting blog or article or picture or something on your blog, you would submit that blog page to StumbleUpon. Of course, my advice to you is don't just submit stuff from your site. Like if you come across cool stuff on the internet, it doesn't hurt your account to submit that too, which is precisely what I'm going to do right now. So under add page, I'm just going to paste in this URL. The next question it asks me is, it says, okay, well, is this item safe for work? I suppose there's some adult stuff on StumbleUpon. Maybe there's some adult sections. I don't know. That's not an area that I spend a lot of time in. So does it say if it's safe for work? I'm going to say yes, it is, because it's not pornographic in nature. so on and so forth. Not that you're going to get a lot of that on StumbleUpon, but there might be an area that has some unsavory stuff. So if it's safe for work and it's non-pornographic, which I don't think you should be submitting that kind of stuff anyway, you're going to hit yes there, okay? And then it says, well, what is this page about? You can choose one thing that the page is about. And I mean, I don't know, basketball, right? You know, maybe I could even do like dancer, but no, that's not really relevant. You can kind of sort of peruse a general topic of what the page is about. You know, it's definitely a video, but it's not video games or video equipment. So you have to find kind of a general topic. I'm going to say basketball because I think basketball fans might be interested in seeing something like this, okay? So notice, like when I start typing something in, like TR, or the letter T, or I don't know, B, or whatever, right? It gives me some options. Adult stumblers, maybe that's like the pornographic section. Ballet, desktop publishing, banking, bargains, business, home business, so on and so forth. So it has like a preset number of things to choose what the page is about. So to choose something general that works and go with it, you can only choose one thing. Now, this is where you can get a little more creative. It says add one or more tags. Somebody talk to me here who's here live with me. What's a tag? Like if you tag something just generally in social media, what are we actually doing? We're classifying, right? We're organizing it, right? I'm going to create some tags that organize this into certain sections. So I'm going to do like an NBA tag, right? This is National Basketball Association. I'm going to do NBA. I'm going to say Clippers. I'm going to do a Clippers tag and hit enter because that's the Los Angeles Clippers. I'm going to hit dancer because that was an NBA dancer. And I'm going to even go more specific. I can even go like NBA dancer, right? Put in several tags. Don't go crazy. You don't need to add like 45 tags. You know, it was amazing, right? You know, maybe it was a crazy NBA dancer basketball shot, right? Maybe even trick shot, right? Add some tags in there. The tags help categorize it within StumbleUpon to make it findable, so on and so forth. So I'm going to do all that, and then I'm going to hit this save button, and then it's going to save it to my StumbleUpon account. Now, a lot of times, like once you click save, nothing happens. You'll see nothing happen on my screen. It doesn't confirm anything or whatever. If I reload the page, it might show up. Sometimes it takes a few minutes to actually show up here as something I've submitted. Yeah, right here. It looks like it got submitted here. I don't know why it shows that basketball picture. Maybe that's like a default picture or whatever, but that may change to like a snapshot of the video. Anyway, that's now submitted, okay? Now, once I've submitted this, okay, it's now going to sort of work its way into StumbleUpon content. So let's say I'm a random stumbler. Let's see if I'm interested. I don't know if I am on this account, but let's see if I'm interested in something related to basketball on this particular account. Let's go back out. Let's go out and stumble. But let's change my preference, my stumble preference. See, interest, I don't think I have. No, I am. See, I've got a basketball interest here. See, Stumble users can choose what their interests are. And because I have a basketball interest here, there's a chance as I come in and choose the basketball interest to stumble just stuff for that, there's definitely a chance that my item would come up, right, to somebody like myself here, okay? So now it's in the, I don't even know what to call it, like it's in the queue somewhere, right? And at some point or another, there are going to be people that are going to click the stumble button that are interested in basketball where that thing that I submitted is now going to show up on their screen. And they're going to watch it, and then they're going to have a decision to make. Either they're going to thumb it up, thumb it down, or just stumble again. And my hope is if they like it, they thumb it up, and the more thumbs up I get, the more often it's going to be shown over and over again within StumbleUpon. which can literally send thousands of visitors to that particular page of a site of mine very quickly. Okay, now this video that I showed you from Reddit, like let's say I posted this video on my blog, right? Let's say I had a basketball blog, and I put this particular video on my basketball blog, and then I submitted my blog URL to StumbleUpon, just like I showed you how to do a second ago. That would carry some value for me from a business standpoint, right? Because then my blog is showing up over and over and over and over and over again in StumbleUpon, and guess what? What's also on my blog page might not just be my video, but it could be links to my website. It could be affiliate links. It could be AdSense. It could be affiliate offers that are showing up to lots and lots of different basketball fans all at once, right? So that actually could yield some real revenue and some direct traffic to my business that could help me grow it. And then, obviously if people like what they see in StumbleUpon, there's actually an option here when you're stumbling something to share it, right? You see this right here? So like, let's say I like this video enough that I'm sitting on, I could share it, and I could share it quickly to Facebook or Twitter. So a StumbleUpon piece of content that's done really well, that's put in the right category and found, can get thumbed up and shared a whole lot. And then maybe shared out on social media. It's just a way to really elevate the marketing of one single piece of content and like put a megaphone to it and get it out there quick. Now, this does not work if you submit crappy content. Like I said, don't submit product pages unless they're interesting. I have submitted a homepage of a blog before, but it got only a little bit of interest. I don't know, you can test different things. My rules are like submit lots of different types of pieces of content and see what takes. StumbleUpon is not what it used to be, though. I do want to throw out that caveat. I think StumbleUpon was really at its peak a few years back. A lot of people used it. Still, people use it today, but not quite on the same level they did. That doesn't marginalize the opportunity here. There still is a lot of opportunity to get some content found. Now, in another session on another day, we can talk about, how to create content that would be worthy of StumbleUpon. But that's a discussion for another time. I think high level, you guys understand it's got to be interesting content. Practically speaking, maybe we could do some work together so I can show you that more at a later time. Okay? So guys, does that make sense? I mean, is there anything that you feel like I can clarify better here? Do you get the general gist of StumbleUpon? And hopefully now you understand how you can submit a piece of content. Whether it's your content or somebody else's content, you can submit it. It doesn't have to be your content, if that makes sense. Remember, make sure you, if you want to submit something, just to show you really quickly, go to your profile and then click this add page button right here. Okay. Wow, that was a bad arrow, but you get the point. Add page, and you'll click on that, and it'll ask you for the URL and some information out of the page. You submit it, and boom, you're done. Okay. Submit maybe a little each week, or maybe a couple of times a month. Submit some stuff and see how you do. And I'm not saying this is going to work for everybody. Some of you guys just don't create a lot of very interesting content. Maybe it's due to the nature of your niche. It's just not. There's not a lot of really interesting stuff you can do with it. Maybe there is, and you're not being creative enough. You can certainly work with your coach on that. But in most cases, you can come up with something that'll work. And StumbleUpon can be at least a fringe portion of your overall marketing plan. All right. Okay. So guys, hopefully that was helpful. Good luck using your StumbleUpon in your marketing, and we'll, if we need to, we'll talk a little bit more about it going forward. But hopefully this gives you some idea of how to use it. Okay. Thanks, guys. We'll see you all next time.